Maharaj here. He's a very, very advanced disciple of Sripad Srila Pujya Narayan Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj, and they have a nice center. Very kind of Maharaj and all the devotees to come and give us the association because of presence of our Bhagavad Katha is successful. So we were discussing the divine pastime of Prahlad, the great devotee of the Lord. So when Prahlad was in the womb of his mother Kayadu, the demigods, they thought that this is the right time. This is the right time to attack the kingdom of Hiranyakashipu, because Hiranyakashipu was doing meditation in the Mandarachal mountain and the whole kingdom was empty at that time. So they came and they looted the whole kingdom of Hiranyakashipu, and especially they were interested in the wife of Hiranyakashipu, because Hiranyakashipu's wife, she had the son of Hiranyakashipu in her womb, and the demigods thought that his son may become even more dangerous than Hiranyakashipu. So they wanted to kill Prahlad immediately when Prahlad takes birth. So they came and they kidnapped Kayadu, and they were going away with Kayadu. At that time, Narad Muni came and stopped them, and Narada said, "My dear demigods, please do not take her away. In her womb is one of the greatest devotees of the Lord. He is one of the 12 Mahajanas, Swayambhu, Narada, Shambhu, Kumaro, Kapilo, Manu. Prahlado, Janako, Bhishmo, Balir, Vyas, Kirvayam." So Prahlad is one of the 12 Mahajanas. He has appeared in the womb of Kayadu to actually rid this world of Hiranyakashipu's atrocities and actually to invoke the presence of Lord Nrsimhadev. So please don't kill him, and I will take her to my ashram, Kayadu. See, normally a sannyasi cannot stay alone with Matajis. But here, Narad Muni, he's so merciful to Prahlad. He's so merciful to Prahlad that even in his ashram he took Kayadu alone. And he was speaking Bhagavatam to Kayadu. That is why when Prahlad was being delivered, when Hiranyakashipu was killed and Nrsimhadev appeared before Prahlad, and Nrsimhadev asked Prahlad, "What do you want?" So Prahlad said, "Evam janam nipatitam prabhavahi kupe kama bhi kamam manuyah prabhatan prasangat kritvatmasat surasina bhagavan grihita soham katham visrije tava bhritya seva." That, my dear Nrsimhadev, where were you when I was in the womb of my mother? You did not come to deliver me. Evam, you were in your abode. You only came when Prahlad, when Hiranyakashipu did give me tremendous pain. But in the womb of my mother, Kritvatma Sat Surasina Bhagavan Grihita, the Surasina, Narada Muni, who is the guru of the demigods, he came and he accepted me as his own. Kritvatma Sat, he broke his own principles. He took my mother to his ashram and instructed Srimad Bhagavatam. Even his mother, she was sometimes sleeping. But Narada was instructing Bhagavatam because I was hearing attentively in the womb. So which guru will take so much trouble for the disciple? Narada was so merciful. Evam janam nipatitam prabhavahi kupe. My dear Lord, in the womb of my mother, I was getting pain in the cycle of birth and death. I was going down and down, conquered by my lusty desires. Kama bhi kamam anuya prapadan prasangat. At that time, your pure devotee, he saved me. So my dear Lord, please give me this benediction that life after life, even before your service, I will serve your pure devotee. Narad Muni. I should never give up his service in life after life. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitate Korya Iki Arana Goriho Mane Asha. Janme Janme Prabhu say. Gurudev is our master life after life because he feels our pain and he comes to deliver us from the cycle of birth and death. Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur writes in Madhurya Kadambini that sometimes Krishna does not respond to our prayers because Krishna, being the Supreme Lord, he does not actually undergo these miseries of the cycle of birth and death. He never has directly experienced because he is the Supreme Lord. He is always aloof from these miseries. But the pure devotees of Krishna, they come as ordinary human beings in this world. Vaishnavera, Janma, Karma, Bhautik Kabunoi. Vaishnava's activities and their birth is never mundane. But they act as if mundane, so they experience those sufferings. But they are never affected by that. That is why they feel more compassion towards other living entities. Because they directly experience those sufferings. So that is why they are always eager to deliver the souls. That is why it is said that the Vaishnavas are more merciful than the Lord himself. Mad bhakta puja bhyadika. Mad bhaktera puja ama hoite bada vede bhagavate shastra kaila thada. So we should learn from this pastime of Prahlad, that how much Prahlad was attached to his Gurudev, how much Prahlad was attached to the Vaishnavas. He never forgot. The Mayavadis, they use the Guru as a ladder. They take help of the Guru and then they achieve God, they become one with God, and then they say that we will kick out the ladder because otherwise we will again have to come down. So they use the Guru as only a medium to achieve God. But devotees, bhaktas, Janme Janme Prabhu say, the devotees never give up the shelter of Guru. Narottam Das Thakur says, Ashraya laya bhaje, Krishna tara nahi tyaje, arasab more okarana. When one takes ashraya or shelter of Gurudev, then Krishna will never leave that person. Everybody else is futile. Everybody else bhajan is futile. Arasad mare akaran. So that the amount of faith we have in Guru and the Vaishnavas, that is actually the faith we have in Krishna. If we worship the deity form of the Lord, but if we have no faith in Guru and Krishna and Gauranga, then we are the Kanishta Adhikari. Our worship is on the low level. The Lord is not pleased by our worship. If we disrespect Guru and the Vaishnavas. So we have to accept the shelter of the Guru Parampara, of the Vaishnavas, and under their guidance one has to practice bhakti. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, my Param Guru, anybody who used to come to him, they used to ask him, he used to ask them, under whose ashraya you are performing bhakti? Under whose ashraya? And if the person said, oh, I don't have any Guru, I don't have any Vaishnava, then Bhakti Siddhanta would say, then your bhakti is not accepted by Krishna. Then your devotion is not accepted by Krishna. So that is the qualification. Either do we want to become orphan dogs on the street, or we want to become government dogs which have the, that collar. We wear the kanti mala. You know why we wear the kanti mala? Why do we wear the kanti mala? Because when Yamadutas they come, they check up who is an orphan and who belongs to God. Like municipality truck comes, they check up which dog is, an orphan and which dog is actually, has a owner. When the dog has a belt, it means the dog has a owner. So when Yamadutas come, those who wear the tulsi in the neck, the Yamadutas understand they are accepted the Lord as their shelter. So we cannot come near them, not to speak of touch them. So they go far away, they offer obeisances, pranam, and they leave. So in that way, Prahlad never forgot the favor which Narad Muni did to him, even when he saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. Even then he did not forget his Gurudev. So that is, so Narad Muni instructed Bhagavatam to Prahlad in the womb, and then Prahlad was later brought home, and Hiranyakashipu wanted Prahlad to get proper education. Actually, when Hiranyakashipu put Prahlad on his lap, Prahlad told Hiranyakashipu about Nauda Bhakti. And Hiranyakashipu threw him down. Hiranyakashipu said, "You are my son and you are instructing me about my enemy, Vishnu. You are telling me to worship Vishnu. How come these thoughts have gone into your mind? Who has taught you this?" One time Hiranyakashipu asked him, what did you learn? He went to the school of Shanda and Amarka. They were the two sons of Shukracharya. So Hiranyakashipu said, "You brainwashed my son. Teach him all the Kutinati and the politics and how to become envious of Vishnu." That is the difference between the Vedic education and the modern education. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada used to say sometimes that the modern education becomes spiritual slaughterhouse. If they don't educate about God in the schools and college, if they teach you there is no God, then it is just like the school of Hiranyakashipu. Shanda and Amarka, they are also teaching Prahlad, there is no God. Your father is God. Worship him. Hate Vishnu. How to hate Vishnu. So, the goal of education is to is Krishna Vidya, to teach everyone the education about the Lord. But unfortunately, nowadays the science says that if you bring God in the picture, then the science will become dogmatic. All the scientists, they say that if you teach about God, then science will become a dogma. So no university, no college, they are teaching about God. There's a big controversy going on right now about intelligence, the theory of creation between Charles Darwin and divine intelligence. In America, there is a big discussion going on whether creation has come by God or whether creation has come as per Darwin's theory. So, but the scientists are rejecting any kind of Vedic knowledge because they are afraid that they will lose their opportunity to speculate. They want to just simply speculate on God. But when they accept God, then they have to stop their speculation. Because all the research is already done by the great rishis in the Bhagavatam, in the Vedas. So they don't want to stop their speculation. They don't want to accept God. So in that way, Prahlad came back and then Hiranyakashipu asked him, "What did you learn?" Prahlad said, "Hitvatma patam griyamandagupam vanam gato yad harim ashrayeta." What strong instructions Prahlad is giving to his father. Even though he knew that his father is never going to hear. But Prahlad is telling the father, "My dear father, you please give up your home and go to Vrindavan." He's telling his father, "Hitvatma patam griyamandagupam vanam gato yad harim ashrayet." You have the opulence of the whole universe, but you are worried. You are worried that somebody will kill you, somebody will defeat you, somebody will take over your wealth. Even though Hiranyakashipu was staying in the palace of Indra, still he was dissatisfied. He was continuously in anxiety. This shows us that one can never become happy even if one gets all the material opulence in the whole of creation. One cannot become happy. How can one become happy? What is the only way to become happy? Chant and be happy. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Nityananda Gaur. So, Prahlad, fearless. The devotee of the Lord is fearless. He doesn't make any distinction whom I should preach and whom I should not preach. Jara dekho tare kaha Krishna Upadesh. Amara agya hai Guru hana tar yahi desh. Lord Gauranga wants everyone to become Guru in their capacity and deliver the word. One day I was thinking, what is the population of this earth? Anybody has any idea? 5-6 billion, maybe trillion. So, if everyone has to become a devotee of the Lord, then everyone needs a guru, right? To teach them about God. And if everyone needs a guru, then imagine one guru may take 1 million disciples. Then how many gurus we need? Even then we need another thousands and thousands of gurus to really help others and guide others. That is why Gauranga is saying that you become a guru in your capacity. If you can't become Diksha Guru, then you become Pat Pradarshak Guru. Vartma Prat Pradarshak Guru. You bring others to Krishna. You guide them, you give them a book, you teach them the holy names. And then if you are more advanced, if you have more knowledge of the Vedas, you can become Shiksha Guru. Shiksha Guru is a representative of Radha Govinda. Diksha Guru representative of Radha Madan Mohan. So in that way, one can become, in one's capacity, one can guide the souls. One should not think that, let me become 100% perfect, then only I will preach the Naam Prachar. Sometimes devotees come to Swamiji, I have very long time, I need to first purify myself fully, then only I will tell about the name to others. But it is like saying that, my dear sir, I will become fully free from the disease, then only I will take the medicine. How will you become free from the disease unless you take the medicine? How will you get the mercy of Krishna unless you preach His holy names? Krishna says in the Gita, one who spreads my names and my katha, very dear, most dear to me. So how will we become dear to Him without, if we just, Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada always used to say that Nirjana Bhajana will deteriorate the quality of our bhajan. Because when we go in a secluded place and try to do bhajana, there is nobody to see us. So we will secretly commit sinful activity. The standard of our bhajan will come down if we do it secretly, nirjana. But if we are going out meeting people, if we are giving lectures, if we are telling people about Krishna, then we are constantly being monitored by the people. We are constantly, we are meeting people. So we automatically have to maintain a high level of purity. Otherwise we cannot influence the people about the Krishna Nama, Gaura Nama, Gaura Katha, Gaura Rupa, Gaura Dhama, Gaura Guna. So we cannot tell people about that. So prachar automatically raises the standard of our bhajan also. So we should, in our capacity, we should always try to, whoever we meet, we should tell them about the Lord. If you cannot tell them, at least wear tilak wherever you go. So they will see the devotee in tilaka, they will chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Nityananda. So, in our capacity, we should always, like Prahlad, when he was in school of Shandan, Amarka, they tried to brainwash Prahlad very much, but when there was lunchtime, when the teachers used to go, he would gather around his friends and he told the friends, "My dear friends, come here, sit down, sit down. I will tell you the most confidential secret of human life." So his friends were very eager. "Prahlad, please tell me, please tell." First they asked Prahlad, "How did you come to know this high things in life?" Prahlad said, I heard it from my Gurudev when I was in the womb of my mother. So I am telling you that secret. I don't want to keep it to myself. I am telling you the secret. Kaumare tachare pragyo dharman bhagvataniha sudurlabham manusham janma tadapi adruvam arthadam. My dear friends, this human life is very, very rare. We have got this human life after millions and millions of transmigration. We have sometimes been an animal, sometimes a cockroach, sometimes a bat, sometimes a cat, cow, demigod. We have got this human life after so much revolving in the cycle of birth and death. Arthadam, adruvam. But even then this human life is very flickering. We can die at any time. Kamala jaladala jivana talapala. Bhajohu haripada nitire. Any time our breath can stop. No guarantee. Every day in the newspaper we hear so many news. This young man, he was walking, he had a heart attack, he died. Suddenly. So there is no warning given to us. Nishvase nahi vishvaso kada ruddho bhavishyati. Every day I get up, I think, if I don't chant Lakh Naam today, and if one day goes without chanting the names, and if I die today, then what will happen? Then I will not get the highest destination. So every day is actually going. Jagannath Das Babaji used to say that don't let any single day go without the Naam Smarana. Every night when you sleep in the night, you analyze whether I have completed my quota of Naam Bhajan or not. If you have not completed, then don't sleep. Complete your chanting and then only sleep. Because you may die in the sleep. What is the guarantee? So please complete the Naam and then sleep. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Nityananda Gaur. One who does not sleep without completing the chanting. Do you sleep without eating? Empty stomach, do you sleep? Don't sleep. You need to eat. Simito, then why do you sleep without chanting? It's a common complaint from the devotees. Swamiji, today I could not complete my chanting. Can I do it tomorrow? Then some devotees say, I have a backlog of 7 days. Can I complete it on Sunday, on the weekends? So Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he wrote in Chaitanya Charitamrita that those who cannot complete their chanting daily, they are in a diseased condition of spiritual life. It is actually a spiritual sickness, spiritual disease. Whatever it be, as much our capacity, either which Bhakti Vinod Thakur says in the Harinam Chintamani, we start from one granthi. One granthi means 4 rounds. Then we increase it to 2 granthis, 3 granthis, 4 granthis. Ultimately we increase it to 16 granthis, 64 rounds of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So, as per one's capacity, one fixes one's chanting. But one should take a vow that whatever one has fixed, I will not go below that for the rest of my life. Like if I am chanting 1 granthi, I will not go below that for the rest of my life. Even if I don't have to eat someday, but I will complete that and then only I will sleep. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Nityananda. We find in the associates of Srinivas Acharya Thakur around 100 years after Gauranga, his associates all used to chant 1 lakh names daily. So what they used to do, they all used to work like all of us. They used to go and work in the daytime, so in the night time they used to chant. And sometimes when they used to feel sleepy, what they used to do, while chanting, with shika they used to tie to a bamboo, and they used to chant. So Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. When they used to fall sleeping, the shika would pull them up, and they would never fall asleep. They used to prevent themselves from falling asleep, and they would complete their name. So that is without pain there is no gain. Without having firm dedication to the Naam Bhajan, to chanting the name, one actually cannot get Krishna so easily. We have to, and this Naam Bhajan is not so difficult. There is no pain, there is no tapasya. We have to just complete our bhajan daily while meditating on the Naam. So Prahlad, he was the great associate that he was continuously remembering the Lord. Even every second he was doing Naam Smarana. He was the Smarana Achari. That is why when Haridas Thakur came in Kali Yuga, Prahlad entered his body. Haridas Thakur is a combination of Prahlad. He is the combination. He is a combination of Brahma, and then he is also the combination of Brahma Mahatma, one of the sons of Richik Muni. He offered fruit to the Lord, but he offered a tulsi leaf, but did not wash the leaf. He put the tulsi leaf directly on the offering. So his father, Richik Muni, came and he said, "Oh Brahma Mahatma, you don't have a common sense, you should wash the tulsi. If you don't wash the tulsi and offer to the Lord, you go to hell. So I curse you that you become a Muslim. You get born in a low family in your next life." So he also entered into Haridas Thakur's body. Brahma Mahatma, Prahlad Maharaj and Haridas Thakur, three personalities in one body. A great Acharya. So we see Prahlad. Prahlad also appeared as Vasudeva Datta in Gaur Leela in Navadvip. Prahlad also appeared in another form. So Prahlad is the Smarana Acharya. He taught us that every moment, every second we have to remember the Lord. Even when Hiranyakashipu threw Prahlad from the mountain, Prahlad was not calling, "Help, help, the police, help me," or "Please help me." He was not calling anyone. He was fully under the shelter of the Lord. Satatam kirtayanto ma ye jana pariyupasate. One who constantly remembers the Lord is duty bound to protect him. Because the Lord is thinking, He is constantly thinking about me, so I should also constantly think about Him. Sadhunam hridayam mayam, sadhunam hridayam tvaham. Madanya te na jananti, naham tebhyo managapi. Because Prahlad knows only me, that is why I also know only Him. As we reciprocate with Krishna, Krishna reciprocates with us in the same way. If we think of Krishna only 15 minutes in a day, Krishna will also think of us sometimes. 15 minutes, 10 minutes. If we think of Krishna 24 hours, then Krishna will also think about us 24 hours. Ratanti mama jantavaha. Shraddaya helaya nama ratanti mama jantavaha. Tesham nama sada partha vartate hridaya mama. Lord Krishna says, those who continuously chant my name, I chant their name in my heart also. Like if Mr. Ramesh is chanting Krishna's name 24 hours, Krishna is picking up a mala and Krishna is chanting Ramesh. Tesham nama sada partha vartate hridaya mama. Means their name is always being chanted in my heart. So how to become dear to Krishna? How to go enter into Krishna's heart? It is very easy. By chanting His name, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Nityananda Gaur. So Prahlad became very, very dear to the Lord because he was. So even in the mountain, the Lord came below the mountain, spread His hands and the Lord caught Prahlad. Prahlad was not harmed in any way.